Hello, welcome to the Healthy Alternatives podcast. I am Dr. Christine Sauer with DocChristine.com. Today's show is a recording of my radio show of the same name. Enjoy! Hi, it's Dr. Christine Sauer with DocChristine.com, and today I am very happy to have my cooperation partner, Erin Madden here. Hi, Erin.
Hey, everyone.
Erin is a Bachelor of Health and Sciences and Applied Nutrition, a health coach, a meal plan specialist, and she's a cooking and recipe expert. And today, of course, what else do we want to talk about? The summer's coming up. We are thinking of the beach and want to get rid of the bulge before the beach body and get our beach body. So we are talking about diet.
Absolutely. Christine, what diet do you think I should go on? I'm trying to lose all this belly fat and I want to slim down and I want to look like the next Jillian Michaels.
Well, Jillian Michaels, I don't know her, but I would like to slim down too. So what should we do? There's different options. For one, I don't like the word diet. Although diet comes from the Greek word dietas and really means lifestyle, nowadays it has come to mean a restriction and deprivation. When you think, oh, I'm going on a diet, I can't eat anything, I starve myself, I have to eat awful food like broccoli and Brussels sprouts.
Drink nothing but water all day long. So
how can you drink water?
Yeah, I know. So hey, you'll lose the weight, but is it sustainable?
That's the problem. And there's more than 100 diets out there.
There's a new diet every month, especially as we get closer to the summer. There's always some celebrity promoting some fancy diet with like buzzwords all over the media.
Banana diet,
yes,
the grapefruit diet,
the cabbage diet,
the chocolate diet.
I know, that sounds good. What's involved in that one?
Eat nothing but chocolate.
I like that one. So
you will lose weight if you eat nothing but chocolate, but not in a healthy way.
I actually read that there's a diet called the cookie diet. So that I think that one might be up my alley too. So
I think we have the hair raising diet.
But
now, what diets really make sense? And there's a few that have lasted longer than the others and make more sense. Now, the Mediterranean diet. Now, we all know about it. What does it mean?
Basically, Mediterranean diet, you're getting a lot of healthy fats. It's one of the best diets out there because it promotes healthy eating, and also it's been proven to increase longevity. So you're basically eating a lot of salads, a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, a lot of nuts and seeds, and there's tons of omega-3s in the diet, which
Fish,
is
great stuff. And interestingly, the Mediterranean diet does not mean pizza and pasta every day.
No.
Now then we had the low-fat diet that is slowly getting out of fashion because it has been proven not to work or not to work for long. Low-fat was originally thought to make sense because years ago, 30, 40 years ago, we had the notion that calories in has to equal calories out, and all calories are made equal, and you just have to eat less and exercise more. And since fat, I think, has more calories, 9 calories per gram fat than protein and carbs, only 4 grams, they thought, well, reduce the calories, tell them to exercise more, and they'll lose weight.
Absolutely. But when the low-fat craze came out, a lot of companies were putting all these low-fat products out there, and they were being loaded.
Low-fat. Sugar is low-fat.
Sugar,
no fat in sugar.
Absolutely.
Give me sugar. Yeah, that happens. All the breakfast cereals were invented then.
Yeah.
And the added sugar is amazing.
Absolutely, and because that you're actually taking away the fat, sugar is actually the main culprit for weight gain, because when you every time when you eat sugar, you're actually going to crave more of it. So fats in a way can actually help suppress your appetite because it is more calorie dense. It's going to help maintain your blood sugar levels. It's going to help keep you fuller for a long period of time, and that's what's going to help keep your calories down. Sugar, on the other hand, does the complete opposite. It's highly addictive, and every time when you crave something that is low fat, you might actually notice that you're going to feel like you're hungrier, like after an hour of eating that.
Yeah. And it has been proven that people, even those that lose weight on the low fat diet, they 98.9% gain it back.
Yeah, I know.
And then someone.
And let's talk about some things that fat is good for. We need fat for helping to provide insulation, but another important thing is that we need fat to help metabolize our fat-soluble vitamins. So vitamin A, D, E, and K all need fat to be absorbed correctly. And vitamin A is good for our eyesight and an antioxidant. Vitamin K helps with blood clotting. Vitamin D helps with our immune system and hormones. So we can't neglect our vitamins that need fat in order to.
I always think it's very interesting to know that there's essential fatty acids, there's essential amino acids, which is protein, but there's no essential carbs.
That is true, absolutely.
The body can make all the sugar it needs itself.
Yes.
And it can use fat to produce sugar or protein to make sugar.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's where the low-carb diet came along, which is actually more sustainable.
Yes, definitely.
So what do you eat on a low-carb diet?
Well, there is salads. That's exciting, right? I love eating.
I love a salad, but not 3 times a day.
No, low carb, there's actually quite a bit of options for you, and there's so many good recipes out there to actually be so creative with low carb foods. You can eat fish, you can eat protein, you can eat nuts and seeds, you can eat healthy fat, olive oil and all your other vegetable oil, coconut oil, all your vegetables. You can eat fruit in moderation. So certain fruits like berries actually have lower amounts of sugar than bananas and watermelons, as they tend to be higher in sugars. So you can certainly follow a low carb diet as long as you are keeping your sugars well in check. So you can certainly eat lots of fatty fish, and you can certainly eat bacon, but that's kind of like one of the worst kinds of fats to incorporate into your diet. So
Depends.
You always want,
if the bacon is from pigs that had a happy life, I don't think it's so bad. The same as grass-fed beef or pastured poultry. Eat the fat.
Absolutely.
Eat the yolks in the eggs. Ideally, the eggs should be from pastured chicken that are out running around enjoying the grass, the herbs, the bugs, the sunlight. That tastes very different.
Definitely.
But if you can get them, regular eggs, omega-3 eggs are the second best choice.
So incorporating lots of omega-3s into your diet is going to really help promote weight loss and also protect your brain as well as your eyesight. It's good for our skin too. So if you get dry skin, if you're still kind of feeling the effects of winter and your skin's still dry, upping your omega-3 can really help promote hydration. As well as keeping your joints lubricated. So omega-3s are essentially critical for athletes as well, because it's going to help reduce inflammations in their body.
And it's good for heart health,
Absolutely.
For all aspects. And if you ever have a question, if you should take an omega-3 supplement or not, because too much omega-3 is also not good, because we need the inflammation in the body sometimes, for example, to fight off a virus.
Yep, definitely.
But the normal inflammation downregulates itself after it's done. So if you want to know whether you should take a supplement, I recommend taking an omega-3 index test, and we supply that. If you want to, just let us know. It's not that expensive, and it is very, very interesting how many people actually have a bad omega-3/6 ratio.
Yeah, definitely. And with the world now, everything is so processed. Everyone is eating oat. We actually get more omega-6s in our diet than omega-3, and too much of those is the reason why there's heart attack increases and diabetes and all the other conditions that are linked to heart disease and weight gain. So we always want to make sure that we're getting healthy fats from whole food sources like our nuts or seeds with very minimal process.
Yeah, the less processed the better, and the cheap vegetable oils are actually highly processed, contain lots of toxins. That's another factor. If you eat a higher fat, lower carb diet, it helps the body eliminate fat-soluble toxins. Because if you want to lose weight, what happens? The body stores toxins, fat-soluble toxins in your fatty tissue. And it's actually proven that in the last 50 years, the percentage of organophosphates and other fat-soluble toxins in fat tissue have increased dramatically. They actually measured that for about 30 years. Every year they measured in people that had some fatty tissue removed. They took it and measured it. And then 1979, they stopped. And so many toxins have been introduced, and there have been no studies done if it's still increasing, and I bet it is. And many people that lose weight can't lose it. They are so overloaded with toxins. So you have to make sure that whatever diet you follow, you have to support the detoxification organs, which means a lot of good vegetables, fruits, green leaf,
Absolutely,
and polyphenols, and all the goodies. Very important, and fiber to get the stool going and get the shit out of you.
Yeah, and that's so important. When you are increasing your fat intake, you also need to make sure you're increasing your fiber intake, because people who are on low-carb diets tend to not eat enough fiber, and it's so important to make sure you're getting enough vegetables and some fruit into your diet to make sure you're able to have regular bowel movements, because that's why there's so much press out on the media, is that a lot of health experts strongly advise not to go on low-carb diets because that they do feel like you are missing a lot of whole grains and a lot of these other essential vitamins and minerals that help promote healthy bowel movement. But you can certainly go on a low-carb diet as long as you're eating healthy and and getting regular bowel movements.
Absolutely. And a low-carb diet is not the same as a ketogenic diet. What's the difference?
The ketogenic diet is where ketones are being produced in the body from a reduction in carbohydrates. The fat content is generally about 60 to 75% fat, and carbohydrates is generally about less than 5%. So some people eat under 20 grams of carbohydrates per day. So when your body is no longer utilizing carbohydrates as a source of fuel, because that's what the body really wants to do, is use carbohydrates as your energy source. When that's been being stripped away, that signals your body to trigger ketones in the body to make your body burn more fat cells and not burn carbohydrates. When your carbs are being used as fat, it's a way to, some people can see a lot of good weight loss results from keto.
Yeah, the body really has two modes of using energy. For immediate supply, like if you run from a tiger, they use sugar and glycogen storage in the liver. And when you are no longer running but you do a marathon, you need sustained energy, and your glycogen doesn't last longer than 24 to 36 hours. And then we use the energy we stored before in fat. And the body makes out of fat, when it breaks it down, ketone bodies and actually a little bit of sugar too, to keep your blood sugar stable, because there's a lot of myths about when you don't eat as much carbs, your blood sugar is plummeting, you feel lousy. It's all not true, but those are out there. And it's important to know that our body is, from history, from the Paleolithic age, and the paleo diet is famous too for that we are made to eat when there's something there, feast, have the whole deer when we had one, eat all the nice apples on the tree that are available because we couldn't store them. And then after a while we didn't have nothing to eat. And so that's a famous diet now too, which is really not a diet but a lifestyle. And it's called intermittent fasting or fasting. And really it's just 1,000-year-old practice that people are made to do.
Yeah.
Because years ago when we had food, we ate. When we don't have food, we fasted. And it sounds like starvation, but it's very different for us now, because for us, starving means that it's involuntary. Somebody puts you in a black hole with no food, nothing. Then you're starving, and that's not good. But if you're fasting, you choose not to eat for a while, like our ancestors. And that's actually very good for health, and the health benefits, we'll talk about that later more, but it's fascinating.
It absolutely is.
And if anybody wants to go deeper, there's good books about it by Dr. Jason Fung, The Obesity Code, or the complete book on fasting, which has a lot of the theory in it. It's very good. And I also like by Dr. Mercola, Keto Fast and Fight for Fuel. Those are two good books too. Then we have, of course, the gluten-free and or dairy-free craze, I call it.
Yes.
What's that supposed to do?
Well, basically gluten-free there is all this press out there that gluten-free causes weight gain, it causes belly bloat. It's very popular in a lot of like holistic society, so people were basically eliminating anything that was gluten-free and
it's gluten-containing.
Gluten-containing, yes.
Everything that has gluten.
Absolutely.
And what is that?
And basically gluten is from a protein in wheat. And so people think that it's highly processed and our bodies shouldn't be able to digest our gluten, which is not the case. Gluten-free is better for individuals that actually have an underlying sensitivity with gluten. So there are people that can actually digest gluten with no issues at all. People that can't digest gluten would have constipation or even diarrhea. They would have a lot of digestive complaints. So, it's not something that if you heard about gluten is bad for you, there's like so much like information out on there. As long as if you feel fine on gluten, then certainly eat your gluten. Eat your muffin, that's completely fine.
No, I think it's important also to note that all those diets really do not focus on the quality of food. And that is so important. And if you want to know what I mean with that, I wrote a little book, Eating for Vibrant Health and Explosive Energy, where I focus on the food quality.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it is so important, because there's a lot of gluten-free junk. Even if you're celiac and have to avoid gluten, many of those eat gluten-free junk because, for example, sugar is gluten-free.
Absolutely. I can go to the store and get a bag of Swedish berries and that would be considered gluten-free.
Yeah. Most chocolates, everything, candy is gluten-free.
Yeah.
Now, that's junk. You should not eat it because it's highly processed. And the basic rule for foods to eat is always if it grows in the soil, if it comes from animals that ate it from the soil, you can eat it.
Definitely.
If it's made in a factory, comes in a box and has 100 ingredients that you can't pronounce, maybe you should better avoid it.
Definitely. So weight loss is complex. You just can't be following a diet that's highly marketed, especially when there's celebrities involved, because they're there just to make money. So they're not. Half the time they don't have your own health in your best interest. The best thing for you is to talk to a professional that has experience in many nutrition protocols, and to actually come up with a nutrition protocol that fits your lifestyle. In order to lose weight, you have to reduce the number of calories that you consume in the day and also eat whole nutrient dense food. There's no product out on the market and no special food like apple cider vinegar is a huge weight loss marketing product. And all apple cider is good for is on salads. Use it as salad dressing. Don't assume that you're going to be drinking 2 teaspoons of that a day, and you're going to be, and the fat will be melted off.
Well, the fat will melt off if you're not eating anything else.
Absolutely, and that's
and apple cider vinegar or regular vinegar is good for people with low stomach acid.
Absolutely.
Which a lot of older people that have acid reflux have low stomach acid. And if you want a little paper how to do that, contact us, and I'll give you a paper how you can easily test your stomach acid at home for free. You don't have to pay for expensive stuff. But when you're not sure what to eat, I highly recommend you contact, as you said, a nutrition professional like us, and Erin makes amazing meal plans that are individual meal plans too, that really go with what works for you.
And that's very important. If your neighbor is following a keto diet and you don't like the idea of cutting out bread and fruit and maybe pizza, then, keto is just probably not going to work for you, and you'll probably just lose interest after a couple weeks. So it's very important to find a nutrition protocol that's going to work in the long term and not just short term. If you're thinking about short term, you're not going to see long lasting results, because you're once you come off of any weight loss program, you're going to gain all the weight back because you never actually learned how to eat long term.
Right, and that is very important, and that's why the word diet rings bad in my mouth, because diet means after you're done with the diet, you eat normally.
Yeah.
That's nonsense. You need to develop a lifestyle, an eating style that works for you for the rest of your life, and combine it with a suitable exercise, which exercise is nothing strenuous that you hate. You need to find something that's fun. Ideally, that helps you deal with stress, like yoga or Tai Chi. Tai Chi is my favorite.
Yeah.
And that at the same time strengthens the muscles, increases the balance. And you have to look after neuroplasticity. You have to work with your brain to keep it healthy. You're too young. Your brain is functioning 100% hopefully, and often it's no longer the case because of all the processed food. But a protocol, for example, of intermittent fasting is very convenient for many people, and they lose weight, and they can actually continue to do that for the rest of their life, because it allows a day of feast. So you're invited with your friends, and you don't want to stand on the sideline and say, oh yeah, you are all having pizza and beer and I have to eat salad or nothing. That's no fun. You want to have social occasions. You want to go to the wedding and eat a piece of wedding cake.
And you want to go into a nutrition protocol, and allow yourself a little bit of freedom, like Christine said. It's not going to be healthy if you're just going to be very focused on losing the weight. I have clients every week that go out every Friday or Saturday night, and they have a pizza and a beer, and they go back on program the next day, and they're still losing weight. So give yourself a little bit of freedom. It's like having a slice of pizza or maybe like some Chinese food is not going to set you off. You might at most retain some water, but it really takes a lot for the body to actually gain 1 pound of fat each week. And it's so important to look at a weight reduction protocol and think about yourself. Think about, I'm making lifestyle changes, and not coming to someone and say, well, how much weight can I lose on this program?
And how fast? Can I lose 10 pounds in 10 days? You can. Can you keep it off on the long run? Yes, you can, but only when you continue a sensible protocol. And that's why I'm so excited that Erin and I partnered with our, what I call the Body, Mind and Spirit Transformation Program, which is a cool weight loss program. It works amazingly. It's conveniently online in our time with the viruses flying around. It helps to be able to do it from home, and it involves the whole family. It's a long-term program. It's made to last long, and it works amazingly. So check it out on our website. The link is below, and I'm very excited about it, and it really is diet independent because it's a lifestyle program, and you will never lose weight if your goal is just to get the bikini body in the summer. because you need to know why really you want to lose weight.
Yeah.
So those parts are all part of the program and the course that comes with it and the meal plans that come with it, and we actually have support for you to choose eating style or lifestyle that's right for you, because it's difficult when you're out on the road all the time. What do you eat when you're fast, you want to go to McDonald's?
Yeah.
What do you eat? So Erin knows. Oh, I still eat my bacon. No, what do I eat? I forgot. My brain! I need to go on a protocol. I know I do. Next one starts in April. Okay. I think that's it for today. About diets, don't go on a diet. Adopt a healthy lifestyle program. And if you want help with that, contact us and we're happy to help you on the way.
See you later.
See you later. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.